Yeah, I hope it keeps stopping. We'll see.
Hey, Matthew, having seen already just another variation of this like defensive coaching tree that you'll be seeing
hmm
in Miami, does it look at all similar to you? Are there different tenets that are showing up to you on tape? Or?
Yeah, I mean it does some. A lot of times, you prepare for something and you go out there being a veteran quarterback and a respected play caller like Sean, and you get a lot of different stuff than what you see on tape. So we got to, it's more about what we do than what the other team does. Obviously, there were some plays that, when you look back last week, we could have done a whole lot better. That would have given us opportunities to put points on the board, and if we can just execute a little bit better, then we'll play better, and that's the biggest takeaway from last week, especially going into this week. I think you look at Miami's defense. Fantastic players at all levels. Veteran guys that understand what it takes to win in this league, and a really misleading record when you look at how they play football when they're healthy.
What's it like to prepare for go against Jalen? Kind of like
Yeah, I mean, I practiced against him for a while there, and I have so much respect for who he is as a player, teammate. He affects the game in so many different ways. Even if like a lot of times guys are staying away from him. It's basically a 1-for-1, that he's taken away out there. So he's doing a heck of a job, like he always does. He's, mixing it in there in the run game, finishing plays, blitzing, sacking the quarterback. Gets a tipped interception last week. He's doing all the things you want from Jalen Ramsey, and I got a ton of respect for him. Had an amazing time playing with him as a teammate, and that'll be a big challenge for us, come Monday night.
what's it like having Steve and John back in practice?
It's great to have those guys back in practice. Kind of rotating around, trying to get the feel of who's going to be available, who's going to be ready to go. But anytime you get more really good football players out on our field and on our offensive group, the better. And those guys are really solid guys for us.
Matthew, back to Jalen. It seemed like when he was here on game day, his athletics level was taken. Do you see that? Is that still the case?
Yeah, I mean, it still jumps off the tape. Yeah, I mean, some of the plays that he makes down the field, tracking the football or blitzing the quarterback, batting balls down, whatever it is, he's still got all the tools that you would want at a corner. I mean, I remember watching him when he was in college, and doing all the stuff he did, and then just tracking his career. He's been an incredible player for a long time and still doing it at a high level.
We talked a lot in the past about how DeMarcus just gets open. What is it that he does so well that allows him to open situations?
I think for a guy his size, he's sudden and explosive. He's not a small person. He's a big dude, wiry, sudden mover. Has a great feel for what's going to get him open. Some guys just have great feel. He does a great job of that. Especially in those sticky man-to-man type situations. And then he's done a nice job of finishing some big plays for us. So that's a huge plus.
When we talked to you after the game, you had not seen the one-handed catch. What was your reaction?
Amazing, yeah. It was an amazing catch. A great play. From my angle, I didn't know. He just got up with such confidence. I knew he didn't drop it. So glad he made the play he made, and glad it worked out for us.
Kind of a two-part question, if you don't mind. When you players and teammates here and then elsewhere have talked about like when you flip into that one certain mode, the finger guns and some of the soul snatching stuff you've talked about in the past, that it channels in a certain way where they can feel it. How did you understand how to get in and out of that place as you grew up, basically?
I don't know. I don't know that I do. I just I try to go out there and compete the best of my ability on every single play. Sometimes there's a little bit more success, and when you get that success, sometimes that gets you in the zone even more. And so I just always trying to compete as hard as I possibly can, trying to bring guys along with me, and I'm glad they can feel it. I'm just out there trying to do my best, have a bunch of fun.
Yeah, to that point, young guys, you're kind of watching guys like Puka and also Jared Verse, frankly, learn how to channel all the things that they feel and all the adrenaline and all that, excelling level of play into one direction. How are you watching them handle that?
Yeah, they're doing a great job. I just think about Verse's first couple of practice here. In OTAs with no pads on, he's running over people, and we're trying to teach him how to, practice with our own team and do all that kind of stuff. And the growth that he's had has been amazing to watch and see. And I think there's a bunch of young guys on our team that are growing up quickly and doing a good job of it. So I mean, I don't know if they're taking any clues from me. I don't talk as much as Verse, but if they're taking clues, they're taking clues.
When running backs often talk about getting on a roll
Mhm.
in this early game, for you, in terms of touchdown passes, the last couple of games, it seems like your production has really increased. Is that something like that you as a quarterback try and ride or can feel, or
I think every game's different, and you know, they're a good sign because that means we're getting in the end zone. But whether I hand it to Kyron for a gain of 2 and we score, or we throw it, it doesn't matter much to me, to be honest with you. I just want us to get in the end zone as best we can. It's happened that we've thrown the ball in the end zone a few times the last couple weeks, and it's worked out for us. So that's a huge plus for us. But I think if you ask anybody on our team, we just want to get it in there. We don't care how it works.
Follow up on that. Do you feel as long as you've been in the league, that's changed? That when you were younger in Detroit, you're like, hey, I need to throw X amount of touchdowns?
I've been on certain teams where you know, we've struggled to run the ball, and that was kind of our best way to get it in the end zone. We trot this guy number 81 out over there, and if they put one guy on him, I'd throw it to him. You know, but you know, and certain teams is different, right? Like every dynamic of every team is better or is different, and sometimes we're better at, hey, running it down there low, and we've done a great job this year of running it down, you know, inside the 5-yard line and getting the ball in the end zone. So, you know, week to week, depending on what the defense is going to give you, you got to go out there and attack it. And certain weeks that's been handing the ball off, and other weeks it's been, hey, let's try to, you know, create some matchups in the pass game. So we just go out there and try to get the ball in the end zone any way we can. Cool. Yeah, I mean, no real difference to him as a player. You know, I think he's just gotten some more opportunities. The coverage has kind of dictated that the ball goes to him, and he's done a great job of making the plays. You know, and you know, a couple weeks ago, they wanted to press him on a play, and I gave him an opportunity. He made a great play. You know, last week to end the game. You know, it's not a play we're designing to throw there. You know, we're just kind of designed to get out on the edge and try to make a play. But he made the play. You know, so he's just getting some opportunities coming down with him, and that's the biggest difference. Cool. Thanks.